He's basically going over with about the championship. I mean, about the ring,
Mm-hmm.
about the belt.
Oh,
Also,
would they ask?
yeah. Also about Garcia being 3 pounds overweight. Going through
Well,
training
Right.
camp.
I understand that.
Yeah,
I know that part. I know about Ryan not being able to win it, but from what I've known, if the champion loses the fight, whether someone made weight or not, they lose their belt. They don't get to keep it.
yeah. I think it was probably something in the contract. We don't really know the details when you're dealing with Golden Boy Promotions. You never know. But I mean,
Golden
speaking of
boy.
speaking of Golden Boy Promotions, right? Joe, this one gonna be a sensitive topic for you, man. Because this supposed to be y'all. What's the Yu-Gi-Oh reference that we drop in the chats now? Why him? It's supposed to be me. And lightning struck. SGA, MVP. It's a lot of acronyms. R2L,
Mm.
BWT, FFC. I mean, so many acronyms when it comes to the show and the network. But we gotta talk about OKC. They won last night. It was a controversial challenge. Some people had a lot of thoughts on that. But outside of that, we got to talk about the overall series. So, Shea dropped 28 as the Thunder defeat the Pelicans 94-92 in game one, shortly after being named a finalist. I mean, not so ever top five said this was going to happen, but a lot of people had a pushback. So, Dave, who you got winning this series?
OKC. I got OKC winning this, but I think this goes seven. I think this is going to be a hard fought, close series. I know OKC won the regular season 2-1. They played 74 games, altogether, OKC versus the Pelicans. And OKC has won 42 of those. But this is a different team. Both of these are different teams at this time. We got SGA MVP candidate right now, MVP finalist that played great in his first playoff game this year. This was the 5-year anniversary of the last time they had a home playoff game. So this was a really really good game, hard fought defensive game because this was not a offensive powerhouse. They were pretty much defending like crazy in this game. And Lou Dort was strapping Bi last night. Bi was 5 of 17. He shot 29% from the field when Lou Dort was on him. I got OKC winning this in seven at least. I will at I can see six, but I got OKC winning this in seven. I think SGA is going to be able to do what he wants to do. I don't see anyone that can really stop him from doing anything because he has so much other talent around him. He, like I said, he got Lou Dort, he got Josh Giddey, he got Shaq Holmgren. Shout out to Shaq because Shaq put up 5 blocks last night. I think that was one of the first rookies since David Robinson to do that in the playoff game. So I think it might have been David Robinson, could have been someone else, but I got OKC winning this, man. I definitely think this is going to be a hard fought series. I don't see any blowouts happening right now, but this is going to be a really really good series. But OKC gonna win this.
Man, I'm going OKC. I was gonna go OKC in six, and I can definitely see it going seven because of these two young teams going back and forth. But it's gonna always come down to coaching. Like coaching matters when it comes to the playoffs because at the end of the day, after game 2 or 3, you kind of know your opponent. You already know what they're gonna do. It's just more about how they're gonna execute, and are you gonna actually be able to stop that execution? And with Zion missing for some of these games, that's gonna be an element. But these teams are really starting to show that if one person is gone, we built our roster that's good enough that we can still compete. Like, look at the Bucks. Giannis ain't there, and they still like put up numbers on the Pacers. I mean, whew, it got ugly out there. Zion wasn't there, and look what happened to the Kings. They still found a way to win that game. I'm sorry, Joe, but I just had to say it. That's why you got on all black today, man. But at the end of the day, it's just gonna come down to SGA, Chet, and I want to say Lou Dort because that defense, man. If you could just stick him on somebody that got the hot hand and you just take them out the game, now you got a chance to win any of these games. So look, I got them going in six, but I'm not mad at you picking them in seven.
All right, so look, y'all know the Pelicans are my dark horse team, but it's hard to pick the Pelicans because they don't have Zion, and I think it would go 6 or 7. I'm gonna go with 7, but the reason why I'm gonna pick OKC is because of SGA. SGA is the best player on the floor. I feel like SGA, like Brandon Ingram, like how about this? I trust SGA will show up in big moments than versus CJ McCollum and Brandon Ingram. You know, like Especially watching the game. And then Tomo, if it comes out of coaching, the Pelicans just might win. Willie Green is a good coach, but this is a good stage for Mark from OKC to actually to show what he can do. This is his first time as a head coach. But yeah, so Brandon Ingram, like even watching the game last night, right? I'm like, Joe, I want to pick the Pelicans. I want to pick the Pelicans. That's my dark horse. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, can I really trust CJ McCollum and Brandon Ingram? Now, don't get me wrong. I think this is good for Brandon Ingram. Let's give Brandon Ingram an opportunity to put himself in that conversation within the elites. You know what I mean? He got if he could come through and beat OKC and have a great series while doing it, then people could put him in these different categories that nobody's considering him in, like as one of the best players in the league. Because if you think about it, OKC has nobody to guard on. Lou Dort is just being physical with him. Like Brandon Ingram has the size advantage, but Lou Dort is so physical, and you right, Dave, because Brandon Ingram got to a high start. And then as Lou Dort was on him, like every time he was on him, he couldn't score for real. But SGA had me a little worried. All right. I kept saying, I think SGA's ceiling is really good. I think Chat is like, he has that attitude, like playoff basketball is his basketball. But right now, the offense is not really going through Chat a lot right now. It's going through Jalen Williams and SGA, right? But I think after this playoff series next year, Chat is going to be different. I think Chat is going to improve prove his game the series. But I think he's going to learn the most from this playoff run. But SGA has an opportunity to be literally like the best player in the NBA. Like we talking about like running the league type thing, right? Like kind of like what Kobe did for a few years. But SGA had me worried, y'all. Down the stretch, he was folding, bro. He was folding, and I was a little worried. They were up by 3. SGA turnover. SGA turnover. SGA turnover. And every time he turned the ball over, something crazy happened. The Pelicans step out of bounds. They'll draw offensive foul. Chat got a block. Like stuff was happening, and he was getting another chance, and then missed a 3. Turnover. Like he was just folding, and then finally he scored. Like he scored a layup, and then he scored an and one floater. But I got OKC only because I think SGA will show up in these big moments more than Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum. Because Brandon Ingram disappeared at the end of the game, and CJ was playing well, but CJ and SGA, I'm going with SGA. So I got OKC in 7.
Man, 7. So Zion is needed. Well, we're going to see, man. We're going to see.
Yes, sir. Zion is definitely needed.
Hold up.
Oh, super chat.
Shout out Blaze with the $4.99 super chat. Oh man, YouTube did you dirty, man. Good morning, fellas. Let's have a great week. Shout out to R2L. Shout out to the Clippers. Shout out Young Metro and the GOAT Pluto. and the GOAT Pluto. Hashtag pick a side, Mark. You bringing the R2L music chat. Right? But I ain't mad at it. $4.99 super chat, man. So we got
shout out to Blaze.
Yeah, shout out to Blaze. Man, oh man. So we got to roll right over into, man. We want to talk about the chats, or do we want to talk about what's going on with Miami?
Yeah, we can do the chats. Get it.
Yeah, we can do the chats.
Oh, what's that gap right there? How you do that?
Huh?
How you do that? Oh, when you go back and see it, you'll see what I was talking about. Man.